It's Cleveland Indians baseball. It's Saturday, September 11th, 1971, and we're at Cleveland Stadium as the Indians take on the New York Yankees. Fritz Peterson starts for the Yankees. He's made 31 starts on the year. He is 17 and 11 with an ERA of 3.34. He's made one start against the Indians, and he's 1 0 with a 0.00 ERA against them. Sam McDowell starts for Cleveland. He's made 32 starts on the year. He is 13 and 15 with an ERA of 4.95. This is his second start against the Yankees, and he is 0 and 1 with a 10.80 ERA against them. Indian center fielder Vada Pinson rides an 11-game hitting streak. It's a warm day here in downtown Cleveland. On the lakefront, it's 75 degrees with no wind. I was sick again. I missed last weekend's worth of games. And this may be the last of my Indians broadcasts for this season. I think I'm going to give up on the game of the week as well. I've been sick and I've had a change in my schedule this semester. So this may be the end of my regular season commentary, and I will pick it up with the postseason for 1971. There's one race that's still kind of in doubt. That's the AL West, where the White Sox have a 4-game lead over the Oakland A's. Chicago has a magic number of 16. In the AL East, Baltimore leads. They're 15 games ahead of the second place Yankees. They have a magic number of 5. In the National League East, the Pirates are 10 games ahead of the second place Cubs. They have a 9-game magic number. And in the National League West, the Dodgers are 14 and a half games ahead of the second place Astros. They have a magic number of 4. So the Dodgers have a mathematical chance of clinching the NL West by tomorrow. Here's the starting lineup for the Yankees. Leading off, the first baseman, Felipe Alou. Batting second, the catcher, Thurman Munson. Batting third, the center fielder, Bobby Mercer. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Roy White. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Ron Blomberg. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Horace Clarke. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Danny Cater. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Gene Michael. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Fritz Peterson. On defense, the Indians have Chris Chambliss at first base, John Lowenstein at second, Eddie Leone at shortstop, Greg Nuttles at third, Frank Baker in left, Vada Pinson in center, Roy Foster in right. Catching is Ray Fosse, and on the mound is Sam McDowell, the hard-throwing Southern Sam. He won the Cy Young Award last season. He also won in 1965. And the thought in Cleveland is that he is playing out the string as a member of the Indians and that he will not be with the team next season, that he will be traded. Same thing being said about Vada Pinson. Leading off is Felipe Alou, the first baseman. He's hitting .330 with 12 home runs and 83 runs batted in. Here is the first pitch. He fouls it back, strike one. After McDowell jumped the team, I think they decided conclusively that they are going to trade him over the winter. Ball one. Check the swing. They held up. Ball two. It's a liner into right field, base hit. Lowenstein went after it but couldn't come up with it. So nobody out. Runner on first. Here's Thurman Munson, the catcher. He's hitting 244, 15 home runs, and 66 runs batted in. Caught the inside corner. Strike one. Too low. Ball one. High and inside. Ball two. Low and outside. Ball three. 3-1 count. Munson hits a fly ball to center field. Pinson going back at the wall, and it's gone. Home run number 16 for Thurman Munson. Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Cleveland has been having a lousy September. On August 29th, they were 54-79. And since then, since August 30, doubleheader on August 31st against Detroit, they have gone 2-8, and they have a 3-game losing streak right now. They're just crawling through September now. There's no report yet whether Johnny LePond will be rehired to be the Indians manager next season. General Manager Gabe Paul said that they're not going to make a decision on that until the season is over. Here's the center fielder, Bobby Mercer. He's hitting .303 with 21 home runs and 89 runs batted in. He's hitting .367 September. Full count, ball four. And here's the left fielder, Roy White, hitting .280 with 6 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Labor Day in Baltimore, the Indians were swept by the Orioles, and they did not score a single run in that doubleheader. White hits base hit in the center field. Mercer holds at second, so we have runners at first and second. Nobody out, and here is Ron Blomberg. Ron Blomberg was called up on June 25th. He was the Yankees' first pick in last year's draft. He's hitting .283 with 12 home runs and 57 runs batted in. Ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. That was right down the middle for strike two. Way inside, ball two. Blomberg hits base hit in the left field. Mercer rounds third. Baker's throw to the plate. He's safe. And the runners advance on the throw. So still nobody out. And here's Horace Clarke, who's hitting .262 with 2 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, strike one. Up and in, ball one. Too high, ball two. Hits a hard grounder to first. Chambliss has it. Tosses to McDowell, covering. Clarke is out. White scores. Blomberg takes third. It is 4-0 New York. So We have runner on third. One out. Here is Danny Cater, who's hitting .323 with 10 home runs and 56 runs batted in. Cater came to New York to be a utility player. This season, he was looked at to be a utility guy, and he has played really well with. He came to the Yankees last season. He played really well with New York. He's always been a good role player, but the last couple of years he's really looked good. Fouls it back, strike one. Just below the belt, strike two. Ball one. Pop up on the infield. Leone takes charge. And he's got it, 2 outs. Here's the shortstop, Gene Michael. He's hitting .223 with 2 home runs, 34 runs batted in. He's hitting .212 against lefties. Too high, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. Check the swing, nope. Ball two. It's fly ball in the left field. Baker going back at the wall. That's gone. Home run number 3 for Gene Michael, and it's 6-0 New York. Here's Fritz Peterson, the pitcher. He's hitting .082, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. He walks the pitcher. Ray Lamb warming up in the Indians bullpen. Indians have been off since Tuesday. I looked to see if they were rainouts, but it appears that they had 3 days with nothing scheduled. That caught the corner. Strike one. In at the belt. Strike two. Ball one. Up and in. Ball two. Fouls it back. Ball three. Grounder right back to the box. McDowell's up with it. Throw to first. 3 outs. But the Yankees sent 10 men to the plate. They scored 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They left 1 man on base. We go to the bottom of the first. New York 6, Cleveland nothing. Cleveland's starting lineup will be Veda Pinson leads off, and he's in center field. Chris Chambliss at first base, batting second. Batting third, the catcher, Ray Fosse. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Roy Foster. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Greg Nettles. Greg Nettles, he's cooled off a little bit in September. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Eddie Leone. Batting seventh, the second baseman, John Lowenstein. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Frank Baker. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Sam McDowell. Yankees defense, they have Felipe Alou at first, Horace Clarke at second, Gene Michael at shortstop, Danny Cater at third, Roy White in left, Bobby Mercer in center, Ron Blomberg in right, Thurman Munson catching, and on the mound, Fritz Peterson. Fritz Peterson is he's a control pitcher. Doesn't have a lot of velocity. but he tends to keep the ball up, and that could cause him some problems here at Cleveland Stadium. And spoiler alert, Fritz Peterson, future member of the Cleveland Indians. Leading off is Veda Pinson, the center fielder. He has an 11-game hitting streak going. He's hitting .263, 13 home runs, and 46 runs batted in. He's another member of the Indians that will most likely not be here next season. He's had an unhappy tenure in Cleveland, even though he's played well here. Pinson, McDowell, and Uhlaender are already figured on being gone by opening day of 1972. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Mercer back at the wall. That's off the wall. Pinson around second. He's heading for third. The throw. He is safe. And Pinson leads up for the Indians with a triple. That's his 8th triple of the year. Here is Chris Chambliss, the odds-on favorite for the American League Rookie of the Year. He's hitting .310 home runs, 39 runs batted in. The only competition he really has for the Rookie of the Year are probably Angel Manguel of the A's and Bill Gogoleski of the Senators. He's hitting .360 against New York. Hits fly ball in center field. Mercer drifting over. He's got it. And Pinson will hold at third. 1 out. Here's Ray Fosse, the catcher. He's hitting .302. 9 home runs, 66 runs batted in. He's swinging well, but ever since he broke a bone in his arm last season, it seems like it has really sapped his power numbers. It's grounded down the third base line. That's foul. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball 1. Inside, ball 2. It's a high pop-up on the infield. Michaels there, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here's Roy Foster, the right fielder. He's hitting .252 with 19 home runs, 69 runs batted in. He's had a good sophomore season this year. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He swung at a bad pitch there, strike 2. It's a high fly ball in the center field. Mercer going back, and he's got it. 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 1 here in Cleveland. It is the Yankees 6, Indians nothing. Thurman Munson leads off for New York. He is 1 for 1. He had a 2-run homer in the first. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. McDowell just looks shaky today. Here's Bobby Mercer. He walked in the first inning. Too low, ball 1. Too low again, ball 2. Strike 1 called. It's off the plate, ball 3. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball 4. 4th walk given up by McDowell, and here comes LePon. And it looks like that'll be all for McDowell. Coming into pitches, Ray Lamb. Making his 35th appearance of the season. His record of 3-11 with 1 save, an ERA of 5.75. rough day today. Here's Roy White. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Ball 1. Too high. Ball 2. Strike 1. It's a liner to the shortstop. Leone's right there, 1 out. Here's Ron Blomberg. He's 1 for 1. He singled. Back in the first, that scored Bobby Mercer. Sitting 625 against Cleveland. Fly ball down the right field line. Foster's after it. That'll make the seats. Strike 2. That's a wild pitch. Made it all the way to the backstop. Runners advance. Munson takes second. Munson's on third. Mercer takes second. Count is 1 and 2. 1 out. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it back. Count remains 2 and 2. Ball 3. Fouls it back. Fosse's after it, but it makes the seats. Bouncer down the first base side. That's foul. Fouls that one back. Count remains 2 and 2. Or full count. Sorry. Fly ball down the left field line, but that is hooking foul. Another fly ball down the left field line. That one's hooking foul as well. Count remains full. 1 out. Another fly ball down the left field line. Foul. Base hit up the middle. Munson scores. Mercer scores. It's 8-0. New York. That'll close the book on McDowell. McDowell pitched 1 inning, gave up 5 hits, 8 runs all earned. He gave up 2 home runs, and he walked 4. Here's Horace Clarke. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to first in the first inning, and that scored Roy White. That made it the score 4-0 New York. High, ball 1. Indians pitching in September, especially their bullpen, has just been disastrous. Strike 1 called. Ball 2. High and away, ball 3. Ball 4. Here's Danny Cater. He's 0 for 1. He popped to the shortstop in the first inning. Oh, pardon the delay. I'm having some computer issues here. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Popped up third base side. Nettles is after it. But that will make the seats. Grounder up the middle. Lowenstein to his right. To second for 1. To first. Double play. 4-6-3 double play. The Yankees get 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors. They left 1 man on base. Or no, I'm sorry. They left no one on base. We go to the bottom of the second. New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Greg Nettles leads off for Cleveland. He's hitting .277. He has 38 home runs, 116 runs batted in. He leads the majors in RBIs, and he is tied with Rico Petrocelli of the Red Sox for the American League lead in home runs. He's slumping though. In the month of September, he's only hitting 125. He's played every inning of every game so far. Maybe he's just starting to feel the fatigue. The 2-0 pitch. Fly ball in the right field. Blomberg coming in, has it. 1 out. Here's Eddie Leone. He's back from, he was injured for about 3 weeks. Just came off the disabled list. He's hitting 282, 5 home runs, 42 runs batted in. He's had a good year this year. The 2-0 pitch. Base hit in the center field. Mercer has it, throws it back in. Here's a rookie, John Lowenstein. He's hitting 139, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He was called back up after Jack Heidemann had season-ending knee surgery. He's been back and forth between Cleveland and Wichita this summer. Ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike 2 called. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Here's Frank Baker. Another one of the Indians' rookies. He was called up on June 11th. He is not to be mistaken for the Frank Baker that spent part of the early season with the New York Yankees. That Frank Baker is an infielder. Cleveland's Frank Baker is an outfielder. He's hitting 212, 2 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Hitting 240 in September. He got off to a bit of a slow start, but picked it up a little bit after the All-Star game. Check the swing. Strike 1. Strike 2. Strike 3 called. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 2. It is New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Gene Michael leads off for the Yankees in the 3rd. He's 1 for 1. He had a 2-run homer in the first inning. That made it 6-0 New York. Full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Fritz Peterson. He walked in the first inning. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Philippe Alou, the 1-1 pitch. Single up the middle. That's his second hit of the day. He led off the game with a single. Here's Thurman Munson. He's 1 for 1. He had a 2-run homer in the first and walked in the second. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Outside, ball 1. Hits a liner right to second base, and Lowenstein has it. 3 outs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is New York 8, Cleveland nothing. It'll be Ray Lamb, Vada Pinson, Chris Chambliss for the Indians. Ray Lamb's hitting 148, no home runs, no runs batted in. He has 4 hits this year. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Peterson. Here's Vada Pinson. He's 1 for 1. He tripled in the first. He's hitting 16 straight games. I'm sorry, 12 straight games. Grounder to second. Clark throws him out. Pinson's hitting his 12th straight game today. 2 outs. Here's Chris Chambliss, who is 0 for 1. He flied out to center in the first inning. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 up and 3 down. Nothing across for Cleveland in the third. We go to the 4th inning. It is New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Take a look around the league. Pittsburgh trying to tie up wrap up the National League East. They lead Montreal 2-0. That is Steve Blass going for win number 20 against Ernie McAnally. Top of the 4th in Detroit. Tigers lead the Red Sox 1-0. Les Kane hit his second home run of the year for Detroit. That's a pair of young pitchers, Rogelio Moret against Les Kane. Rogelio Moret had an excellent pitching match, pitcher's duel last weekend against the Indians with Mike Paul that the Red Sox ended up winning that game. And the bottom of the first at Wrigley Field, Cubs lead the Cardinals 1-0. That is Reggie Cleveland against Milt Pappas. They're still waiting on at Wrigley Field, Ernie Banks sitting on 499 home runs. This is likely his last season, and they're waiting to see if he can. Season has about 2 more weeks to go, 2.5 more weeks, and see if he could get that home run. While in Baltimore, Frank Robinson, I believe, he is either at 496 or 497 home runs, so he'll probably hit his 500th before the season is over. Bobby Mercer leads off the 4th for the Yankees. He walked in the first and walked in the second. Full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Roy White. He's 1 for 2. The 0-2 pitch. It's grounded back to the mound. And he's out. 2 outs. Here's Ron Blomberg, who is 2 for 2. He singled in the first, drove in Bobby Mercer, and singled in the second. That scored Munson and Mercer. So he's 2 for 2 with 3 runs batted in today. The 1-1 pitch. Bouncer to short. Leone has it. Throws him out. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for the Yankees in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Ray Fosse leads off for Cleveland in the 4th. He's 0 for 1. He popped to the shortstop his last time up. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Clark to his right. Dives. He's got it. Throws him out. 1 out. Here's Roy Foster. He's 0 for 1 today. He flied to deep center in the first. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Clark dives to his left. That time. Throws him out. 2 outs. He was on his knees when he made that throw. Here's Greg Nettles. He's 0 for 1. He flied to Bloomberg last time up. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Clark to his right. Throws. It's close, but he got him. 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across. Horace Clark earned his pay that inning. He had assisted on all 3 of those putouts. We go to the 5th. New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Ray Lamb back out. This will probably be his last inning. Horace Clark leads off for New York. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to first. In the first, that scored Roy White. And he walked in the third. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. One out, I mean. That was strike three, obviously. Ray Land probably might be the biggest disappointment I've seen with the Indians this season, but I don't know, he seems like he's been pitching better recently, but the numbers don't really show it, but I feel like he has. I was expecting a better season from him than we've gotten. Here's Danny Cater. He's 0 for 2. He popped out and he grounded into a double play. The 0-2 pitch. Base hit in the left field. Here's Gene Michael. He's 1 for 2. He had a 2-run homer in the first and he struck out in the third. Got the inside corner, strike one. Fouls it back, strike two. It's grounder up the middle. Lowenstein to second for one, to throw to first, not in time. Two outs. Here's Fritz Peterson, the pitcher. He's 0 for 1. He walked and he struck out. Too high, ball one. Grounder down the first base line. That's foul. Fouls it back. Strike one. No, strike two. Oh, I'm sorry. Swing and a miss, strike three. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It is New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Eddie Leon leads off for the Indians. He is 1 for 1 today. He singled in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch. It's grounded to second. Clark up with it. Throws him out. 1 out. That is the fourth ground out that Clark has fielded in a row. Here is John Lowenstein. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch. Bouncer to third. Cater up with it. The throw. Safe. Lowenstein legged that one out. Here is Frank Baker. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. Strike one called. That caught the inside edge. Strike two. Too high, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike three. Pinch hitting for the Indians, Gomer Hodge. Hodge has been up and down all season. He is hitting .095, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. He has 4 hits, one of those was a double. As a pinch hitter, he's hitting .080 with 1 RBI. Strike one called. Hits a bouncer to second. Clark up with it to throw to first. 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Clark, he has figured in 5 of the last New York putouts. That 5 assists of the last 6 outs. It's an official game here in Cleveland. We played 5. It is New York 8, Cleveland nothing. Yankees have 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They've left 4 men on base. They scored 6 in the first, highlighted by 2-run home runs by Thurman Munson and Gene Michael. And then in the second, Sam McDowell walked the first 2 batters, Thurman Munson and Bobby Mercer, and they both came around to score. Indians have no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They've left 3 men on base. New pitcher for the Indians is Mark Bollinger. He's making his 13th appearance of the year. He was an emergency call-up from Jacksonville after Steve McGorry had his jaw broken during a freak accident during batting practice. Bollinger's making his 13th appearance of the year. He is 2-0 with an ERA of 4.91. He didn't have a great record in the minor leagues, but he pitched well. And he's got a high ERA here, but I think he's pitched pretty well. He actually has less hits than innings pitched. He has 11 hits and 14 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's walked 7 and struck out, or he's walked 7, struck out 11. So if he could harness his control a little bit. He's a fastball pitcher. He keeps it low. So he's only given up 2 home runs in this Homer Dome of Cleveland Stadium. The leadoff batter, Philippe Alou, leads off the 6th. He is 2 for 3. He singled in the first, grounded out in the first. He batted twice in the first inning. Then he singled in the third. The 2-1 pitch. Another base hit into left field. That's 3 hits today for Philippe Alou. He was a great pickup for the Yankees this year. They brought him over from Oakland. Oakland needed some emergency pitching. Yankees sent over, let me look. One of them is Ron Klimkowski, and I want to see who the other one was. I think it would. I don't remember who the other one was. I guess I could look that up. Yeah, Lou, he came over from Oakland. He was not happy about being traded. Because apparently his family had settled in Oakland after coming over there from the Braves last season. And they liked it. Yeah, it was Ron Klimkowski and Rob Gardner, and Rob Gardner ended up being sent back to the Yankees. That's what I thought. But once him and his family got to New York, they really embraced it, and the New York fans love this guy. And I mean, who wouldn't? He's having a great season for them. I mean, who's to say in Oakland, they're in second place. They're 4 games behind the White Sox, who are really surging right now. starts later this afternoon against Minnesota. Oakland beat Minnesota yesterday, while the White Sox were beat by the Royals. But Chicago, they'll be playing tonight. Chicago at Kansas City, and Wilbur Wood is starting for the White Sox. He's going for win number 26. And he'll be opposed by former member of the Indians, Mike Hedlund, who, after coming back, he had a kind of a starstruck career with injuries and illnesses while he was in the minor leagues. And he's coming back, and Mike Hedlund coming back, and he's having a good year this year under manager, another former Indian, Bob Lemon. I don't think anybody figured, the Royals to win the division, but they're playing at 66 and 77. They're having a good year, especially for an expansion team. The other expansion team, the Pilots, now the Brewers, they're 62 and 81. And the two expansion teams from 69 in the National League, Expos, they're in 5th place, only ahead of Philadelphia. And the Padres are in last place in the NL West. Here's Munson. He's 1 for 2. He's from the Canton, Ohio, which is near Cleveland, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's 1 for 2. He had a 2-run homer in the first. He walked in the second, and he lined out in the third. Fastball outside, ball 1. Here's a curveball, hard grounder to short, or to third, to second for 1, to first. Double play, 5-4-3 double play. Nettles to Lowenstein to Chambliss. And here's Bobby Mercer. He's 0 for 1. Walked in the first, walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. Mercer was looking promising. Had some short stints with the Yankees in 1965 and 1966. And then he went off for 2 years of military duty. And he didn't come back until 1969. And he struggled a little bit in 1969 and 1970. A little bit. His batting average was .241 both years, but he had 25 home runs and then 27. But this year, he's really putting it together. Hitting .302. He has 21 home runs. 89 runs batted in. That's just 2 less than he had for all of last season. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, walk. Bellinger is arguing. They're trying to get him away, and he has been ejected. I don't think LePage's going to be happy seeing a rookie getting ejected like that, but who's to say? Coming in a pitch for Cleveland will be Ed Farmer. He's making his 37th appearance of the year. He has a record of 3-4 with 2 saves, an ERA of 5.56. Hasn't had a great year. He's a rookie this year, but he showed poise and he has showed promise. With a year of experience under his belt, we'll see what happens next season. He might be a bit of a factor next year. Here's Roy White. He is 1 for 3. He singled in the first, lined out in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. Just below the belt, strike two. September 1971, I was collecting football cards that year. I think that's the first set of cards that I collected. I don't remember how many I had, but I remember having them. That's probably still my favorite Topps football card set. I was never that big. I collected football cards, but I didn't like them as much as baseball cards. And the Topps football card sets from the 70s still don't impress me. I think they did a better job with their baseball card and basketball card sets. Low, ball two. Fouls it back. Still thinking about possibly putting together a set of the 71 football cards. I've been working on a set of the 72 Topps baseball. That's the first card set I collected. And I remember buying a starter set back. It must have been in 2002. I was still living in Ohio. And at this point, I need about half of the high numbers to finish the set. I've got the first 5 series, I've got everything, even the variants. I need about half of the high, and there's only one expensive high number card that I still need. The rookie card with Dusty Baker, I think. The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Foster drifting over. Makes the seats. All right, I'm back. I had to look it up. That was irritating me. The last expensive card I need for the 1972 is number 761. The AL/NL 1972 Rookie Stars with Ben Ogilvy of the Red Sox, Ron Cey of the Dodgers, and Bernie Williams of the Giants. That's the last of the expensive cards I need. I don't need. I have like the Carew card. I think is the most expensive one of that series, and I've got that one, and the Carew in action. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball in left field. Baker going back at the wall. That's off the wall. Mercer comes around to score. White is at second with a stand-up double. That's his 19th double of the year. It is 9-0 New York. Here's Ron Blomberg. He's 2 for 3. He singled in the first, driving in a run. Singled in the second, drove in 2 runs, and grounded to the shortstop in the fourth. So he's 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in today. Got the inside corner, strike one. Low and outside, ball one. Low and inside, ball two. Saw in the Sporting News, 1971, that the Indians had a terrible record during televised games. I'm thinking probably I probably had a better record with the games that I've done for them this year than they did in real life because I've had some good games, some good Indians performances, even in games that they lost, were still good games. Not like this one, obviously. Fly ball in the left field. Baker drifting back, and he's got it. 3 outs. Yankees get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 1 on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is New York 9, Cleveland nothing. Vada Pinson leads off for Cleveland. He's 1 for 2. He tripled in the first, and he grounded out in the third. He's hitting 12 straight games now. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball in right field. Blumberg drifting over. He's got it. 1 out. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 0 for 2. He flied out in the first and struck out in the third. I don't remember if I listened to Indians games on the radio in 1971. I probably didn't. And I don't remember watching them on TV. I don't remember watching any baseball on TV in 1971. First game I vividly remember watching on TV was opening day of 1972 when Cleveland played the Brewers. And I remember watching the 1972 World Series because I vividly remember Joe Rudy's catch at Riverfront Stadium. I think that was in game 1 of the series. It would have been on Saturday. I think. Sorry, I'm just going by memory. I didn't look any of this up. Bottom of the 6th. Chris Chambliss leads off for Cleveland. He's 0 for 2. He flat out in the first, struck out in the third. The 2-0 pitch. Bouncer to third. Caters up with it. Throw to first. 1 out. Ray Fosse, he's 0 for 2. Pop to the shortstop in the first. Grounded to second in the fourth. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball in the left field. Roy White moving over towards center. He's got it. 2 outs. Here's Horace Clarke. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out in the first. That scored a run. Walked in the second and struck out in the fifth. The 3-1 pitch. Shallow fly ball in right field. Lowenstein going back. Foster coming in, and Foster has it. 1 out. Here's Danny Cater. He's 1 for 3. Pop to the shortstop. Grounded into a double play and singled in the fifth. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder right back to the mound. Farmer has it. Throws him out. Here's Gene Michael. He's 1 for 3. He hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. It's only his 3rd home run of the season. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Yankees in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is New York 9, Cleveland nothing. Top of the 7th in Montreal. Pirates increase their lead to 5-1. At Steve Blass, he's going for his 20th win of the year against Jim Britton. Top of the 7th in Detroit, the Tigers lead Boston 2-0. Les Cain hit it. 2nd home run of the year for Detroit. Right now, that is John Curtis against Fred Sherman. So the bullpens are active at Tiger Stadium. Bottom of the 4th at Wrigley Field. Cubs lead the Cardinals 2-0. John Callison hit his 8th home run of the year for the Cubs. That's Reggie Cleveland against Milt Pappas. Bottom of the 7th for Cleveland. Roy Foster leads off. He's 0 for 2. He flied out in the first, grounded out in the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Pops it up. Munson's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Greg Nettles. He's 0 for 2 today. The 1-0 pitch. Base hit in the left center. Nettles, he's slumping in September, but gets a hit. Here's Eddie Leone. He's 1 for 2. He singled in second. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Grounder right back to the mound. To second for 1. The first double play. 1-4-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We played 7 in Cleveland. New York 9, Cleveland nothing. Fritz Peterson leads off for New York. He is 0 for 2. He has a walk and a pair of strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Here's Felipe Alou. He is 3 for 4. Singled in the first. Then his second time up in the first, he grounded to the pitcher. He singled in the third, and he singled in the 6th. The 2-1 pitch. Liner to second, but Lowenstein is right there. 2 outs. And here's Thurman Munson. He's 1 for 3. He hit a 2-run homer in the first. The 2-2 pitch. Base hit him into center field. Bobby Mercer. He is 0 for 1. He walked in the first, walked in the second, struck out in the 4th, walked in the 6th, and that was when Mark Ballinger was ejected. Low and inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ball 4. First walk given up by Farmer. This is not uncommon for the Indians. Get 2 quick outs and then suddenly there's base runners. Here's Roy White. He's 2 for 4. He singled in the first. Lined to the shortstop in the second. Grounded to the pitcher in the 4th. And doubled in the 6th. That scored Bobby Mercer with the 9th run of the game for New York. Bloomberg's on deck. That hit the outside corner. Strike 1. Ball 1. It's base hit in the left field. Munson comes around. He'll score. It's 10-0. It's Roy White's 3rd hit of the game. Here is Ron Blomberg. He's 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. He singled in the first, driving in 1 run. Singled in the second, driving in 2 runs. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It's fly ball in the right field. Foster going back, and that one is gone. That is home run number 13 for Bloomberg. He has 6 runs batted in today. It's 13-0. And here's Horace Clark, who is 0 for 3. Grounded out in the first, that scored a run. Walked in the second, struck out in the 5th, flied out in the 7th. Base hit in the left field. Yeah, this seems like this has been a pattern for Farmer. Get some quick outs and then just fall apart. Here's Danny Cater. He's 1 for 4. He singled in the 5th. grounder down the third base line. That's foul. Grounder right back to the mound. Farmer has it, throws him out. But the Yankees get 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is New York 13, Cleveland nothing. For Cleveland in the 8th, it'll be Lowenstein, Baker, and the pitcher spot. Lowenstein is 1 for 2. He struck out and he had an infield single. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Frank Baker. He's 0 for 2. He has a pair of strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch. Liner right back to the mound. And Peterson, in self-defense, makes the catch. 2 outs. Pinch hitting for Farmer is Ted Ford. Ted Ford was just called back up from Wichita. Earlier in the season, he hit 129 with no home runs, 6 runs batted in. He is 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter. While he was up with the team, he spent most of his experience with the Indians has been as a defensive replacement. The 2-0 pitch. Base hit in the right field. Here's Vada Pinson. He's 1 for 3. He led off the game for Cleveland with a triple, but was unable to come around to score. Too high, ball 1. Bouncer to first. Alou will take it himself. 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 8 innings. Here in Cleveland, it is New York 13, Cleveland nothing. Ted Ford will remain in the game for Cleveland in center field. And coming in to pitch, another rookie, Bob Kaiser. Bob Kaiser was a September call-up. This is his 3rd appearance of the season. He is no wins, no losses, no saves, an ERA of 9.0. 3 innings pitched. He's given up 3 hits. He's walked 3. He has struck out 4. He made his major league debut on September 5th, or September 1st, rather. A 6-5 loss against the Tigers. His last appearance was on September 6th against Baltimore when the Indians lost 15-0. That was, I believe, game 1 of the Labor Day doubleheader, where he pitched 1 inning, he gave up 2 hits and walked 2 and was charged with 3 earned runs. He also struck out 2. Leading off for the Yankees is Gene Michael. He is 1 for 4. He had a 2-run homer back in the 1st inning. The 1-1 pitch. Base hit in the right field. Center field. Sorry, my focus just isn't there right now. Here's Fritz Peterson, the pitcher. He's 0 for 3. He walked in the 1st, and he struck out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and struck out in the 8th. Lays down a bunt. Chambliss has it, throws to Lowenstein covering. 1 out. Michael takes 2nd. Here is Felipe Alou. He's 3 for 5. Singled in the first. Then he came up again in the first. Grounded out. Singled in the third. Singled in the sixth. And lined out in the eighth. Ball one. Ball two. Ball three gets away from Fosse. Couldn't handle the curveball. Michael takes third on the wild pitch. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Caught the inside corner of the changeup. Strike one. It's grounded to third. Nettles up with it. Throws to first. 2 outs. Michael held on that one. That was a pretty hard hit ball, and Nettles would have beat him by a mile if he would have tried to score. Here is Thurman Munson. He's 2 for 4. Hit a 2-run homer in the first, walked in the second, lined out in the third. Hit into a double play in the sixth, and singled in the eighth. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Strike one. Too low. Ball one. Ball two. Too high. Ball three. Strike two called. Strike three called. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the ninth. New York 13, Cleveland nothing. Fritz Peterson's coming out. He is looking for his, let's see, 17th complete game. And 3rd shutout. For the Indians in the ninth, it will be Chambliss, Fosse, and Foster. Chambliss is 0 for 3 today. The 0-2 pitch. Strike three called. That's strikeout number 7 for Peterson. Here's Ray Fosse. He's 0 for 3 today. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Michael's up with it. The throw to first. 2 outs. Indians are down to their last out, and it's Roy Foster. He's 0 for 3 today. It's fly ball in center field. Mercer going back on the track. He's got it, and that's the ball game. Yankees get 13 runs on 15 hits, no errors. The Indians had no runs, 5 hits, no errors. Fritz Peterson gets the win. He is 18 and 11. Sam McDowell in a very bad outing for him gets the loss. He's 13 and 16. Star of the game is Fritz Peterson. The time of the game was 3 hours and 6 minutes. For the Yankees, Ron Blomberg went 3 for 5 with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Munson went 2 for 5 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Michael went 2 for 5 with a home run with 2 runs batted in. Munson and Michael each hit a 2-run homer in the first when the Yankees scored 6 runs and essentially just put the game away. Yankees scored 6 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the sixth, and 4 in the eighth. Chris Chambliss struck out twice. John Lowenstein struck out twice. Frank Baker struck out twice. Peterson struck out 7, getting the complete game shutout. Indian season is winding down. Last night the Browns played their last preseason game. They had 6 preseason games. They were beat by the Cardinals. I played all 6 of those. And the record I ran for the Browns playing preseason games was exactly the same as in real life. In real life, they won 1 out of the 6, and they beat the Giants the same night that they had a one of the Browns' preseason football doubleheaders. In the opening game, the Steelers beat the Jets. And in real life, that's the only game that the Browns won in the preseason. That's the only game they won for me in the preseason. In my APC calendar, tomorrow will be September 12th, and the NFL season starts a week from tomorrow on September 19th. While the Cavs, I believe, I think the NBA season starts on October 13th, and I think the Cavs' first game will be October 15th or 16th against the Buffalo Braves at the Cleveland Arena. I'm not sure if this will be the last Indians game that I will be doing for this season, but it might be. If it is, the season doesn't really go down on much of a note. This was not much of a ball game, really. But once again, the final score: New York 13, Cleveland nothing. Hope you enjoyed this more than I did, and thank you for watching.